Hello and welcome to another video. So in this week's video, I'm going to be going over an older line from Integrity Toys. And you can see what it is, obviously. But before I get into it, I want to give a huge shout out to the Integrity Toys reference site. You can see like their little banner over there on that side of the screen. I have used this site multiple times and I always like to give them a shout out when I do use them. It's an incredible site. It's if you like looking back at older Integrity Toys lines, their database for all the dolls and like all the information, it's really incredible and it's easy to navigate. So if you're ever just bored and want to look through old Integrity dolls, I highly recommend checking out this site. It's really cool, but I will warn you that you're going to end up, like I guarantee you're going to find a doll that you're in love with that's going to end up being really hard to get. It happens to me every single time. But I wanted to go over a line from Integrity Toys, and that is the Heart MLP line. So this is a line when Integrity Toys did a collaboration with My Little Pony Generation 4. And this was back in 2016. So back in 2016, I wasn't a doll collector. I wasn't really aware of Integrity Toys. I don't think, like, I think I'd heard that they made the RuPaul doll, but other than that, I wasn't really, had no knowledge of Integrity Toys. At this point, I was in college. I was too broke and busy to do anything else, like collecting dolls. There was no way. But I found out about this years later, probably like right before I started collecting Integrity Toys. I actually found out that this was a line that came out, and I find them so interesting. So I thought it'd be fun to like go over this line. But first I'll go over like my history with My Little Pony. So when I was growing up, I think it was Generation 3 that was like mainly popular when I was a kid, and I didn't really get into it. Like maybe watched a holiday special or something if ever played on TV, but I don't really have much of a memory of it. But then I think I was in high school, maybe late middle school, but probably high school. My sister, she started to watch the show, and me and my brother were just like, "Oh my gosh, you're watching that pony show? It's so stupid." Da da da. And we just kind of like tease her about it, as siblings do. And then one day we were eating lunch, and me and my brother sat down with my sister, and we're like, "Sure, we'll just watch whatever you're watching while we eat lunch." And we ended up becoming infatuated with it. And I'm not gonna say I'm a brony, but I have seen a lot of episodes. I have like a good idea of the characters and everything. I've seen, again, not every season. I think I didn't watch much past the point when Twilight Sparkle like became a princess and got wings. I don't think I've seen much past that, but I'd seen like up to that point, which is still a big chunk of the show. And I don't know, it's just I can't explain it. It's such an interesting show. Even on this channel, I've actually done a like I don't want to call it a custom because it was very light custom work, but I did a doll that I did inspired by Fluttershy, which is a character from My Little Pony. So I did a Rainbow High doll inspired by that. You can check that out on my channel. Maybe I'll link it in the description. But I definitely like these characters. They have like a little sweet spot. Like it reminds me of that summer with my siblings, just us sitting around watching the show, and like the characters are really well done. The art style's really cute, and it's just one of those shows that like gives you, like the nice feel good vibes. Like it's not that deep, it's not that serious. It's just like cute little slice of life moments. So yeah, I enjoyed it. And then when I found out Integrity Toys did fashion dolls based off of the characters, I was shocked. And I also think these characters are the dolls are really interesting. There's things I love, things I don't understand, things I'd love to change. But I'd love to just, I don't know, talk about this line that I think super interesting. And like, I have a connection to the show, I have a connection to Integrity Toys. So I feel like this definitely falls into something that would be fun to talk about. So yeah, today I'll be going over the Heart MLP line by Integrity Toys. Okay, so this is how the screen's going to be set up for like each of the dolls, and I have them ranked from like least favorite to favorite. And so we're starting off with number 6. But as you can see, we have the character name, which it was done with like usernames from like blogs or websites or something, which is really interesting. And this character's name is Sonic underscore Rainboom underscore 92. And the doll character it is Tobias. And he is based off of Rainbow Dash. So right off the bat, it's so okay. I'm gonna get into, obviously this is my least favorite of the line, but there's still things I love about this character, and like the references that really pulls back to the character he's referencing. I would like to say first off, I know these dolls aren't meant to be the characters. They're meant to be like inspired by or like fans of the characters. But I honestly would have loved to have seen more female dolls. But I know the brony community is really huge, so probably that's what was being referenced. I couldn't find. I didn't find like a video of the designer explaining like all their thoughts and everything. I did see that it was designed by Jesse Ayala and it was released in 2016. But I'm sure it had something to do. You know, the brony community is really big, so maybe that's why there were so many male dolls. But I would have loved, because there's 4 male dolls and 2 female dolls, and for me, I do enjoy the female dolls more than male dolls, but I do still like male dolls. But me personally, I think I would have enjoyed if it was like 3 female, 3 male, if they were going to do so many male dolls. But anyway, let's get into this character. So first off, the coolest thing that I think this line does with every single doll is that they include the cutie mark. So if you're not a fan of My Little Pony, every pony has like a cutie mark, and that's like the little tattoo that's on like their hips or their back leg, and it kind of references like who they are, what their talent is, or what their special thing is. And all of the dolls have like a cutie mark somewhere on them, but it's in a different spot on every single doll, which is actually kind of cool too. So you can see on Tobias here in that top little corner, he has it kind of like on his right arm, like upper arm, like this area. And he has Rainbow Dash's cutie mark there, which is really nice. You can't see it with the hoodie, which I think is unfortunate. I wish there was like a way it could be seen even with all the gear on, but there's no way, with the outfit they have. So the main thing that I don't love about Tobias, I'm gonna start with the negative and then get into the positive, even though I already talked about the cutie mark because I think it's the coolest thing. I just don't like Tobias as like a model. I don't know. I've never seen his sculpt before, and I don't know if it's this screening specifically, but I'm just not a fan. Like, I like the hairstyle, but something about the face is kind of weird to me. I'm just not a fan. Uh, but other than that, let's get into kind of like the look. So Rainbow Dash is very like sporty, very what's the word? Very daredevil. That's the word I was looking for. She's very daredevil like. So I think the like kind of sporty look is kind of cool. I think the mane on the hoodie, it could have, I don't know, it's a little too much. Like I get it, but it looks like kind of too big. Maybe it should be downsized a bit or something. I don't know. And I like the joggers. The shoes are pretty cute. I love the backpack. I don't. The glasses are kind of eh. I don't really like the like yellow. Maybe if they were reflecting blue, it'd be more interesting. And then the shirt. It's a nice idea. It's just simple to me. Just putting the character on there with the 20% cooler. I just want something, I don't know, bigger, brighter, more like in your face than just like the hoodie. Like, because without the hoodie, it's just kind of like more, I don't know, it is a casual line, but it's just without the hoodie, which I still think the mohawk's too much. I just want less in the mohawk, more in the rest of the outfit, I guess. But he's pretty cool. But you can also see all of his specs on the side that he's Tobias Ashford / Anthony Julian Sculpt. He's on the FR homebody. He's light honey skin tone, dark brown hair, 2016, edition size of 500, and he was an IT direct buy. That's another thing. I watched a couple people review these dolls who bought them back when they first came out, and apparently these dolls were on the website for a while. Like, they weren't in an immediate sellout, which is crazy to me, because even though he's like my least favorite of the line, I would have loved to have this entire line, and I think their original prices were $130, if I remember correctly. So they, like, the fact that they were just sitting on the site for a while is crazy. But yeah, that is the Rainbow Dash inspired character. Okay, so now we have the Twilight Sparkle themed character, and it's sparkling _ stargazer Jasper. and she is, yeah, like I said, based off of Twilight Sparkle. So number 5, I would like to start off by saying this is my favorite base doll of all of them. I think she's so cute as a representation of Twilight. Like, I really love the hair with the pink streak. I think Jasper has a really cute face. The reason she is probably so low is because I just don't love the fashion, I guess. So I think the purse is cute. I love that her cutie mark is like styled in the purse, and the little blue handkerchief is pretty cute. The shoes are nice, the tights are nice, but the sweater with the like character on it is a little childish to me. I think because some of the further designs you'll see that they really like get creative with it, but this looks like something you could get from like Walmart, for example. It's just like a sweater with the character printed on it, and then the belt, it's okay, but it's like a weird '80s thing going on, which it's okay, but I don't love it. I think that's about it. I'm just not a fan of the fashion style. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there who are obsessed with it, but it's just not for me. But also you can see her cutie mark, which is on like her forearm, like right here, which is the same spot I have my tattoo. But it's I don't know, it's really nice. Again, base doll, I think this is the best out of the entire line. Favorite base doll, but I just not a big fan of any of the fashion really. I don't see Twilight too much in it. I imagine her more like nerdy, like kind of like maybe like a white button up, something with like a white like a collar underneath the sweater maybe, or something. I don't know, but maybe even like a schoolgirl aesthetic would be kind of nice because she's like so into like books and school and learning. But anyway, she's cute. I love the doll, just not a big fan of the fashion. But yeah, that is number 5, the Twilight Sparkle inspired character. Okay, so here we have number 4, and I'd like to say from this point on, it's not much of me having problems with characters. It's just like the the ones above it I like more. I don't know why I struggle saying that. It's kind of like a favoritism ranking thing. So like I think 4 and up, I love how they're designed. So here we have Oki underscore Doki underscore Party Auden, I think is how you say his name, and he is based off of Pinkie Pie. I think he looks like so much fun, which is perfect for like the Pinkie Pie inspired character. She's very like into parties all over the place, bright and loud and just fun. And so first off, we'll talk about his cutie mark. He has it on his calf, which is pretty cool. And he's kind of got like this like bright, loud skater boy aesthetic. He does have a T-shirt, like I complained about the last one with the Twilight one. It was just a sweater printed on. At least here, it's like a fun. I don't know. It's like the character with showing an emotion, and then it's like all over the place. It's not just like one screen printed situation. So I think that's pretty interesting. It's got the loud, bright pink pants and the blue, which reminds me of her eyes. Then the really cool hat, which is really nice. But my favorite thing about this character, like the best thing, are the shoes. I think his shoes are so cool. It has her eyes on them. I love that. That's amazing. And again, the hair is a perfect reflection of the character he's referencing, which is great. I love that. So yeah, he is really cool. I really like him a lot. I didn't say this from the last one, but his sculpt is Cabot Clark or Auden 1.5 FR homebody in skin tone FR white. His hair color is fuchsia pink and 2016 500. So edition size of 500. But yeah, he's really cool. I really like him. Like out of all the boy dolls I've seen, the boys in this line would probably be some of the ones that I'd be most excited to have in my collection, other than like the typical Thiago. But yeah, that is the Pinkie Pie inspired doll. So next we have Apple of My Eye Kieran, and this is the Applejack inspired character. So I want to start off by I have like 2 things. This character could have been the number 1 character. The only thing that knocked him down to number 3 is the fact that his cutie mark is in all black. I wonder if there was a reason for that. I couldn't find anyone explaining it. But like everyone's cutie mark is in the colors that it is on the pony. But for some reason with Kieran, His cutie mark is in black instead of like red apples with the green, which I don't really understand. Like, it looks more like a tattoo. It looks more modern and like someone you could actually pass on the streets, but it doesn't reflect the pony as much. But what I love is this is exactly like how they dressed him, how they did him is so perfect for like if someone said, imagine a high fashion doll line collaborating with My Little Pony. This is what I imagine. Like, this looks like Applejack as a male in like nice fashion look. Like, it's so well done. Every little detail. I wouldn't change anything about the clothing at all. Like, the doll, he's cute. He has that perfect shade of blonde hair. Then he even has like the little ponytail like she does, which I really like. Usually I'm not a big fan of like how they style longer hair on boy dolls, but it looks really nice, especially since he's referencing Applejack's hairstyle. Then the outfit with the red bandana is super cute. Then the green, what do you call them? Why can't I think of those words? Suspenders. The green suspenders, the denim, the boots, and then he has the little tote bag and the hat. He is just designed so well. Literally, the only thing that keeps him from being number one is the fact that his tattoo isn't colored, because I just feel like that's one thing that throws him off from the rest of the collection, and it would throw me off if I owned him. But wow, so cool. He looks so good. He's so well done. Amazing. So his sculpt is Kieran Morel. I hope that's how you say it, Morel. His skin tone is Hungarian. His hair color is blonde. And then 2016 500 IT Direct, same as all the others. But yeah, he looks incredible. He looks so good. But he's only number 3, so let's get to number 2 of the collection. Next is kind underscore Pegasus 95, who's using the Aaron face sculpt, the 1.0. And this doll is based off of Fluttershy. So from what I could tell, this was like the most popular, and I can totally see why. She is so well done. First off, she's an actual female, so she like more closely relates to the character, and then she is just very, very, very well designed. So first off, we can talk about her tattoo. I love the tattoo placement. It was such a popular thing, and maybe still is, but like girls were always getting tattoos right there. And then 2016, it was usually like butterflies or birds or like feathers and stuff. So like it's so on theme. She looks very Coachella, which is really cool, but also she still has that like sweetness that Fluttershy typically has. Then I love the like choker, the layered necklaces. I love this like yellow cape situation, and then the embroidered shorts. Like, everything is so well done. The only thing is, I actually kind of wish Fluttershy wasn't on the shirt, because I think it kind of cheapens the look a little bit. Because I mean, I like it. I love the white shirt. I love the style of the shirt and everything. But I think the doll was already screaming Fluttershy without Fluttershy's face being on it. Because if I jump back to example to this doll, there's no reference of the character other than the bag, but you know this is Applejack when you look at it. And I think this character could stand alone without having to have the character on it. It's still cute, but that's just my opinion. I think she was capable of representing Fluttershy without Fluttershy actually being on her. I really like her flower crown. I think that's a really cool piece. If there was anything I'd change other than the shirt about this doll, is I would actually flip the pink and the blonde. I think it's cool that they gave her blonde hair, but I'd love for most of her hair to be pink with little pieces of blonde. Just because it would look more like Fluttershy to me if that was the case. But it's still really pretty this way. Like, it's not a big complaint at all. She's just very sweet looking, very pretty. And if I was shown this doll, I would obviously think Fluttershy. Like, I can totally see it. If anything, Aaron looks a little more sassy than Fluttershy, but I think that's just what you're going to get with Integrity Toys. They don't really make like a cute face, but I think this is pretty close to like the older Aaron face sculpt with like the very round face. I think it's as close to sweet as Integrity Toys would probably get. But yeah, she's very beautiful, very sweet, and yeah, she's just really nice. I really like her, and she's really well done. And I'm obsessed with that yellow cape piece. She's a whole moment. And also, I feel like just represents 2016. She's giving that Coachella Festival vibes so hard. But this is only number 2, so let's get into my number 1 doll from this line. Okay, so my number 1 doll is rare underscore form underscore 21 Tenzin. And you can fight with me if you want. I know a lot of people, when I was looking through like reviews and stuff, a lot of people like consider Fluttershy the best one. But from the show, Rarity was my favorite character, so this character wins. But also, what I love about this character is in the same way that the Applejack character represented the character without having the face like branded all over them, is the same way this character is so obviously Rarity without having Rarity all over the place. He does have her on the notebook, but other than that, standalone, even without the notebook, you look at this character, I feel like anyone would know it's Rarity. You have the purple hair, you have the full white, then the cutie marks are on the shoe as well as on the tattoo on the forearm. But then on top of that, the shirt is like referencing the cutie mark and just like her kind yeah, just her cutie mark and like referencing it. It's just so well done. And it looks like a high fashion designer like going like a high fashion like a student going to a high fashion art school or something, which is giving Rarity. Her whole thing is she's a fashion designer, so he like exudes the same energy as Rarity. The shade of purple in the hair is perfect, and yeah, he just looks so good. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I would have died for Rarity, the Rarity doll, to be a girl because, like, I'm sure the hair and the fashion would have been out of this world. But I think he represents the doll the most without even having to, like, put the character all over him. He looks so good, represents the character perfectly, and again, it's my favorite character, so a lot of bias there. So I love the shirt. I love the full white outfit. The little shoes, which I already said, having the cutie marks, perfect. The pink scarf, it's nice. I don't think it's even necessary. I think he looks incredible without it. And then he has like his little book, which I would imagine is like maybe it's like a clutch, but the way I see it, it's like a sketchbook that he just walks around with, like when he gets inspired, just start drawing a sketch. Then he has like the nice watch and the ring. He's just so well done. Definitely a doll. Like I've seen the prices of these on the secondhand market. I probably will never own any of the My Little Pony dolls, but I still think it's fun to look at them and see how incredible they are and how beautiful they are. And yeah, I guess that's about it. It's kind of crazy because um, as time is going on, I keep looking at these older lines, and I try not to spend too much time looking at the older Integrity Toys lines because the prices on them are absolutely insane. And then you start falling in love with a doll that's like going for upwards of $500. It's like there's no way I'm gonna be putting that much money into one doll. At least not now. The way I might find not now, but yeah, it's still also kind of fun to look back at like these different kinds of collections and stuff that I missed out on, and just like look at them, but also see excited for what could come in the future as well. So yeah, that has been my review of the My Little Pony Integrity Toys collab. I think these were such a fun and unique. Well, maybe not unique because there are dolls literally based off of the My Little Ponies. They had their own like line of like humanized versions of themselves, the Equestria Girls, which I haven't like watched the show or anything, but they had their own dolls. So it's not like the first dolls based off of these characters, but it is such a I don't know, so beautiful to see like it represented, and it's something I'd love to see from Integrity Toys in the future, like cartoon characters and stuff then realized as like high fashion like dolls. Like could you imagine if they did a line of the Powerpuff Girls, like Blossom Bubbles and Buttercup as high fashion dolls? That'd be incredible. There's a couple of like shows actually I can think of that would be really cool to do where they just like represent the characters in this way, but this is definitely like one of the best ones they could have done. So yeah, that is, I guess, the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. It's pretty cool, really simple, but I'm really enjoying just like talking about some of these older dolls and some of the lines that have come out that I've missed in the past, but can now like appreciate from afar. Let me know down in the comments if any of you have any of these dolls, or if you were around when these dolls came out and like you remember like what the initial reaction was to them. I'm sure that was really interesting. And also, like, I'd love to hear if you have any like dream lines like this, like some type of show where there's like a group of characters or something like that you'd love to see like brought into the high fashion world of Integrity Toys. I'd love to hear like some ideas or things that you'd enjoy. But yeah, I guess that's gonna be about it for this video. As always, all of my info is gonna be down in the description, like my the podcast I'm doing with my brother, which is We're Literally Obsessed, which is here on YouTube as well as on Spotify, and then also my Instagram tag down below. Even though I'm so behind on photos, one day I will get back over there. But yeah, I guess that's about it. I hope you all have a good one, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.